All right. Welcome back, everyone. You know how much we love the spiritual seek, right?
Yeah, always a treasure trove of interesting stuff.
Definitely. And today, we're doing a deep dive into something a little different.
A little more personal, you could say.
Exactly. We're
Gosh.
talking about karma.
Ooh.
Yeah. But don't worry, we're not getting all preachy or anything.
No lectures here.
Promise. We're using this really cool mini personality test from the spiritual seek.
Yeah, it's a fun way to get some insights, you know?
Totally. It's
Right.
less about, judging ourselves and more about,
Understanding ourselves better.
yes. So how this works is there are 6 statements, and you see how many resonate with you.
The more statements that ring true for you?
The more karma you might be carrying.
Yeah, that's the idea, yeah.
All right, ready to dive into the first statement.
Let's hear it.
Okay, here it is. You cannot live well if you are poor.
Hmm.
Ooh, this one's a bit spicy, right?
It is. What do you think, listener? Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, does that hit a nerve at all?
Yeah.
Because according to the spiritual seek, if you agree with this statement...
It could point to a strong attachment to material wealth.
Makes sense.
It's like you might be prioritizing having things
Over being,
over
Yeah.
experiencing. Yeah, exactly.
It's interesting, though, because we do live in a society.
That definitely emphasizes material success.
Big time.
Yeah.
Like money equals happiness.
The American dream and all that.
Right. But is that really the whole story?
That's the question, isn't it? What does living well actually mean to you? Is it all about, having a big house and a fancy car?
Or is it something deeper?
Or is there something more to it?
You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
The whole Buddhist concept of non-attachment.
Oh, yeah.
Like letting go of material possessions.
To find true contentment, inner peace.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
It is. All right, moving on to statement number 2.
Okay, hit me.
I am very attached to the place where I live.
Ooh. This one's tricky.
Is it?
Yeah, because I love my city. Love my neighborhood.
Sure.
Even just love my little apartment. You know?
Absolutely.
But is that like an unhealthy attachment?
Well, the spiritual seek doesn't necessarily frame it as good or bad.
Oh,
It's more about understanding the depth of that attachment.
okay.
Like, think about it. If you had to move, relocate to a different city, different country,
Yeah.
would your whole world be turned upside down?
Oh, interesting.
Would you feel completely lost without those familiar surroundings?
That's a good point.
That intensity, the potential for upheaval, that can reveal a lot about our karmic ties.
I see.
So it's less about judging the attachment and more about
Recognizing if it's limiting us?
limiting our growth, our openness to new experiences.
Exactly.
All right, statement number 3.
I love my habits and don't want to change them.
Oh, yeah. This one is so me.
I think we can all relate to this to some degree. Who doesn't enjoy their routine?
Right. But I guess what they're getting at here is
The resistance to change.
the spiritual seek is highlighting how that resistance,
Could be a sign of something deeper.
like a fear of the unknown,
Oh, okay.
which can keep us stuck in these familiar patterns.
Even if they're not really serving us anymore.
Even if they're holding us back in some way.
So it's like the comfort zone trap.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
get comfortable with what we know.
This whole conversation is making me realize how many
Attachments we might have.
soul attachments. Yeah.
And we don't even realize.
It's fascination.
It is. All right, statement number 4. This one shifts the focus a bit.
Yeah.
It's more outward looking. There is too much injustice. We need to fight for a better world.
Yeah. This one feels almost like
Moral obligation.
like you have to care.
The spiritual seek acknowledges that, for sure.
Like it's coming from a good place.
A good place, absolutely. That desire for positive change, for a more just world.
Right.
But it also points out that being overly invested
In the problems of the world.
in those dynamics, even if it's for a noble cause, it can still generate karma.
Oh, interesting.
So it's about finding that balance
Between taking action and
cultivating inner peace
right, because you can get so caught up in
in the fight
the struggle
that you lose sight of
yourself.
your own inner world. Exactly.
Okay, what's the next statement?
This one's getting a little existential. The knowledge that someday I will die causes me great discomfort.
Whoa. That's heavy.
It is. Gets right to the heart of things, doesn't it?
Just brings up some fears, anxieties.
For sure. The spiritual seek suggests that this level of discomfort with death,
Could be a sign of
a lack of acceptance of life's natural cycle,
just the way things are.
yeah, and maybe a strong attachment to this physical realm,
Because we're afraid of what comes next.
afraid of the unknown.
This makes me think about
What's that?
all the different beliefs about the afterlife.
Oh, absolutely. Some cultures, some spiritual traditions believe in reincarnation, some believe in a heavenly realm.
Right. So it really depends on your own beliefs
And this statement kind of pushes us to examine that
to really think about what we believe about death.
and what might lie beyond.
Deep stuff. All right, last statement.
Last one. It scares me to have to give up certain things like my car or smartphone,
Oh yeah, this one hits close to home for a lot of people.
especially in today's world, right? So attached to our devices. Totally.
But the spiritual seek isn't saying we all need to, become minimalists.
No.
Not here at all.
Examining our relationship with our things.
Yeah. Do they bring us genuine joy or
Or have they become, like, crutches?
crutches that we rely on for comfort and security?
Exactly. It's a good question to ask ourselves.
It is. Okay, so we've gone through all 6 statements.
How many resonated with you, listener? Take a moment to reflect.
Remember, if you checked 0,
You're practically a karma-free zone,
1 or 2 checks, you've got some karma.
but you're on the right path.
3 or 4 checks might be time
Take a
to,
closer look at those attachments.
and 5 or 6.
Well, maybe that meditation retreat is calling your name.
But remember, this isn't about judging ourselves.
Not at all.
It's about self-awareness
Understanding ourselves, our tendencies.
and how those might be playing out in our lives.
Exactly. It's a journey, not a destination.
Well said. So, listener, what did you learn about your attachments?
What stood out for you?
And here's a final thought to ponder.
Ooh, I love these.
If you could choose your karma level for your next life, would you want high karma, low karma,
Or somewhere in between.
and why? Something to think about.
Definitely. Lots to ponder.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Always a pleasure.
We'll catch you on our next adventure.
Into the fascinating world of the spiritual seek.
See you then.